Welcome to the Leather Journey. I'm Dex and this is Bunny. Bunny's my clickbait. It's the first week of spring and she's got her little spring outfit on. So she's all dressed up and ready to go. She's going to go out and play. I'll leave a comment below and tell me whether you think we should continue dressing Bunny up. I'm kind of against it, but Moodstone thinks it's a good idea. And who would know without the viewers letting me know? So we haven't done anything with the violet wand in a while, and I wanted to spend some time and talk about glass probes for the wand. I recently acquired some new glass probes. Glass probes, as a general rule of thumb, is going to be the least intense of the different probes that you could use with a wand. So let me just get myself set up. The mushroom probe is probably the most common probe. It's generally, as a rule of thumb, included with almost every wand that's sold. It's just a way to get started with the wand. So I'm going to turn my wand on. Always have it on its lowest setting when you turn it on, regardless of which model of wand you have. And always test it on your arm, your own arm, before you use it on someone else. Okay, so that's the wand on the lowest setting. And generally speaking, the mushroom probe is the least intense probe of any of the options that you have. Okay, so mushroom probe, I'm going to turn my intensity back down, and I'm going to switch to what I call a finger probe. The reason I call it a finger probe is it's about the size of your finger. So if you can imagine using your finger to transfer the wand energy, we're using a glass probe to do that. And again, I'm going to test it on myself first, okay? Then I'm going to turn it up. So that the finger probe focuses the energy in a smaller area, smaller surface area than the mushroom probe. So obviously it's going to be more intense and be more focused, and you're going to be able to get into little nooks and crannies with the person you play with much easier. Now, in the finger probe variety, I've acquired some new probes that are a little different. This probe has a metal coil inside it, but it's still about the size of a finger, and it's got orange color, orange gas in it. But to be honest, it provides a different visual look, but from a bottom-end perspective, I don't feel any difference in this finger probe as opposed to the finger probe that didn't have the metal coil in it. So to me, this is simply for visual display and visual representation for the top that's playing and for the voyeurs that are watching a violet wand scene. From the bottom side, it doesn't really add anything, okay? Another variation of a finger probe looks like Christmas tinsel inside it. It's green. And again, I'm going to turn it all the way down and turn it on. And when it's all the way down, it doesn't actually light up. So we got to turn it up. It's not lighting up. I'm going to take it back out and put it back in and start over. Maybe I've got something wrong with this. No, it's not lighting up at all. Okay. But I will tell you, let's turn it back all the way down. Okay. I thought this one was going to light up, but it doesn't. It doesn't light up at all, other than obviously the wand is still working. The attachment works, but it really doesn't do anything. It doesn't provide any visual lighting. It looks like it's got green Christmas tinsel in it. It's a little bit smaller finger than the other finger attachments, but it really doesn't do anything. I bought this just to see what it would be like. So out of the 3 finger attachments that I've demoed, the first one is the most basic, and I felt no difference between these two. Visually, the one with the metal coil in it was kind of cool looking, but it really didn't add anything to the sensation. The one with the green tinsel in it is a little bit smaller diameter, and it didn't light up at all. It wasn't visually appealing at all, but I will say, because it was a little smaller, it was more intense, okay? The next probe I'm going to go to is even smaller and more focused, so predictably, this one is going to be more intense. I will say with this one that's smaller, I had to turn it up more to activate it. But that is very, very small, very intense. I would think to get into real small places, like around the head of a penis or around the major minor labia, clitoris area, this would be an interesting probe to explore with. Okay, so this is a new one for me. I got that recently. There's several vendors online. The violetwandshop.com has a pretty large selection of glass probes. This one is a hair comb, or it looks like a comb. There are different models of this, but they basically the same idea. It's going to spread the wand intensity over 4 or 5 tongs that look kind of like a comb. And the story behind this is years and years ago, you could go in a beauty salon and they would actually do a hair treatment with this in your scalp. And the thought was it stimulated the hair follicles and encouraged hair growth. But it just really feels good. If you've ever had this run through your hair, it's a really interesting sensation and really cool. So, in recap up to this point, out of all these glass probes so far, if I was going to eliminate any, first off, I would keep the mushroom. I would keep the finger probe. I would keep this little tiny one that's good for intimate places. I would keep my hair comb. These other 2 finger probes didn't really add a whole lot to my toy bag. So if I had an opportunity to pass those on or sell those, I probably would. Now we're going to go to a cup design. It's kind of interesting. So this cup, it kind of makes a unique noise when it activates. It's designed to go around some place that, you know, I kind of visualize putting a nipple or a breast in this cup, or the head of someone's penis, or cupping that over an intimate area. Very interesting. Now, the smaller version of that is the small cup. The small cup, just, you know, again, intimate places. This was more spread out, less intense. This is more concentrated, very intense. I'm going to turn it down. Even turn down all the way. It's good. You turn it up very much, and it's going to be too much for some of those small, tight, intimate places that you might want to wander with this probe. So that's kind of it for glass probes. The thing about glass probes, or the wand itself, is there's so many options with a violet wand. You can go in the kitchen and almost any metal kitchen utensil can be turned into a wand attachment if you're using the indirect technique. But with the direct technique, Everything you use with the wand has to be able to fit as an accessory into the wand and be used directly. So with glass probes and the direct technique, you're looking at vendors online trying to source different attachments and toys that will create a different sensation and add to your violet wand play. I really like to start a scene with the mushroom. I like the finger attachments. I like the comb. I really, really like these cups. Those are really, really, really nice. The additional finger attachments to me didn't add a whole lot, but it was a reasonably inexpensive experiment to explore those, and I will probably end up passing those on to a friend at some point. As always, thanks for watching The Leather Journey. We'll be back with more on the violet wand. I've asked a friend who's really good with the violet wand to be a guest presenter, and we'll see if he's able to do that for us. Bless you on your leather journey, and thank you for watching. Thumbs up. Remember to subscribe. If you like the content on this channel, consider joining. Joining at the 99 cents a month leaves a small token, a small tip, and it really helps the channel out a lot. You can't imagine. Again, thanks for watching.